Hey guys, it's Bianca, and today I am doing the quarantine tag. If you are new here, I have a 2.5-year-old daughter and I make motherhood and lifestyle content, so I would love it if you click that red subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss when I post my next video. So I was tagged by Roxy from Hola Hola Adventures, and I've been loving doing these tags lately just because it is something easy and fun to do while we are all stuck in quarantine. This tag has 15 questions, and definitely stick around to the end to see if you were tagged. Alright, so I have the questions here on my phone, so let's just get started. These questions all have to do with being quarantined, obviously, so that is how I'm going to be answering these questions. So there are 15 questions, and the first question is best binge-worthy series. So if I'm picking a series that's a little chick flicky that you want to binge watch on your own, I would have to say Love is Blind. I watched that in probably 3 days, and it is such a crazy, insane concept of a show, but I loved every minute of it just because it is reality TV, and I don't know, it's just very binge-worthy. It's like a train wreck, you just can't look away. If I had to pick a series that you could binge watch with your spouse or significant other, I would say Ozark. Frank and I have watched Ozark since the very beginning. We are currently watching the 3rd season, which is the current season, and that show is so good. Everything about that show, how crazy it is, and I don't know what it is, but they just do a really good job of making you want to keep watching. Every time an episode ends, we're like, should we watch another? And the next thing you know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I have to go to sleep. Question number 2 is, have you kept a routine or had no schedule? So we currently do have somewhat of a routine. I am still working from home, so if you didn't see that video, I will link it in the cards right here, as well as the description box below, which is my quarantine morning routine. Now that doesn't capture my whole day, but yes, we do have a routine. I'm working Monday through Friday here in my house, and my 2.5-year-old Nori, she's still keeping up with her normal schedule where she wakes up in the early afternoon, takes her nap in the evening, and then goes to bed super late as usual, and we are following that every single day, whether or not it is a weekday or a weekend. Question number 3 is favorite movie you've watched. Since the quarantine has started, we actually got Disney Plus. We already had Netflix, but we got the package where it's Hulu and Disney Plus together. And we have watched a couple Netflix movies, but I'll have to say my favorite movie that I've watched during quarantine so far is Flubber. I already saw this movie a lot when I was a kid, but I hadn't seen it in forever. So we threw that on last week, and I don't know, it was just very nostalgic for me. I love that movie. Question 4 is, do you get outside daily? I'm gonna have to say no. Unfortunately, we live in the city, and even though we're outside of Center City, Philly, it is still heavily populated in the part of the city that we're in, so there are constantly people outside walking, trying to probably get fresh air just like we would like to, but we are just not to that point where we really feel the need to be out of the house. I think Nori has gotten so used to our schedule and being home that she hasn't even really asked to go outside. Honestly, I am already kind of a homebody, so it hasn't bothered me that much. I've stepped outside obviously to check the mail or throw out any trash, but we haven't really been outside that much. We've taken a couple drives and that's pretty much it. I wish we had a backyard. We have like somewhat of a back patio, but it's really small and our neighbors are super close to us, so not something that we want to do. And also, I don't know what's going on in your state, but in our state, they are strongly recommending that we wear masks every time we step out the house. And we haven't tried it yet, but I honestly don't know if Nori would keep the mask on her face, so that's why we kind of just haven't really been going out of the house that much. Question 5 is favorite phone app during this time. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, definitely come check me out. I will put my handle right here on the screen. Instagram is definitely one of my favorite apps, hands down. I am constantly on Instagram. It's one of the quickest, easiest things that you can get on to just follow up with what people are up to, what my friends and family are up to, what my followers are up to, and the people that I've become friends with through YouTube. That is just the quickest way for me to keep up with everyone, and I also love posting on there. So you guys should definitely head over there and follow me and check out my feed, because that's where I post the cutest pictures of Nori. Question 6, new or favorite meal you've made? So we have a ton of food in our chest freezer in the basement, and the one favorite thing that we've made, which actually Frank just made the other night, was pierogies with chopped up bacon and onions, and then we just either have chicken or steak on the side, and it is so good, you guys. The pierogies have spinach and potato in them, and he pan fried them, and Nori actually loved them. Number 7, have you organized any part of your house? So I actually have, and if you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the cards. Oh my. Holy shit, my heart is pounding. That just happened. Okay. Be right back. I am back. I cannot believe that just happened. The picture of me, my mom, my sister, and my nieces and Nori just fell from the wall behind me. Now I'm completely like disheveled and don't even know. Question 7, have you organized any part of your house? I have, and if you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the cards right here. I organized my pantry. I actually decluttered and organized my pantry, and that felt really good to do. I'm so glad that that's done and over with, and now when I look at my pantry, I love the way it looks. 8, what is something that's been on your to-do list that you're getting done? I guess you can say something that's on my to-do list that I'm getting done is stretching and doing home workouts. So I don't do home workouts every day, but I've been doing really good with stretching every day. And I do try to do some floor workouts like every other day or every 3 days just to keep the blood flowing. There are 2 other things that are on my to-do list that I hope to get done though, and that is potty train Nori and organize my closet. If you guys want to see a video on me organizing my closet, then definitely let me know in the comments below. That is something I've been putting off for forever, so maybe if you guys comment enough, it'll force me to actually do it. Number 9, board games or puzzles. If this is asking me if I prefer board games versus puzzles, then probably board games, but I will say we haven't done too many of those. We really don't even own that many board games or puzzles, so we've done a couple virtual games with Nori, but that's pretty much it. Number 10, favorite quarantine snack. So when the quarantine first happened, I was eating a ton of crackers and cheese with wine. So that is definitely one of my favorite snacks. But nowadays, I would say popcorn. You know, it's just a classic snack, and Nori will just help herself and shove her hand in the bag while I'm eating it. 11, favorite inside activity. Our favorite inside activity is just sitting on the couch and watching a movie. That is the one thing that we've definitely been doing a lot more lately, and I've been loving it. Question 12, item that has been the easiest to find at the grocery store. So we haven't been to the grocery store. We've been doing Instacart orders, and I think so far we've only had 2 Instacart orders, or maybe 3. But it's been harder and harder to get time slots, so every time that I know that we need food, which we don't need a lot. As I mentioned before, we do have a lot of food in our chest freezer, but this is just fresh stuff that we like to replenish, like fruits or veggies and things that Nori eats regularly that can't go in the freezer or that go bad faster, like yogurt. So I've been putting Instacart orders in like every week or every couple weeks, and that has honestly worked out pretty well for us. So this question was about what is the easiest thing. We haven't had too much trouble, honestly. So for the most part, we've pretty much gotten everything on our list. Question 13 is, what is the item that has been most difficult to find at the store other than toilet paper and cleaning products? So nothing has actually been difficult, but when I put the Instacart order in, it does say limit 1 per customer for like eggs, milk, typical things that I guess other people need and that run out faster. So they've been limiting us for that. 14, pajamas all day or get dressed. So definitely pajamas all day, or at least some sort of athleisure wear. It's just easiest for me to get as much sleep as possible, and when I wake up, I just pretty much roll out of bed, brush my teeth, and head downstairs, which you guys would have seen in my quarantine morning routine. And the last question is, how are you doing? So at first it was pretty rough for me. I just mentally couldn't even wrap my head around what was going on, and I never thought in a million years, as long as I lived, that this could happen. And I wasn't taking it well at first. I was kind of just feeling like trapped, like, is this real life? But honestly, since then, I've learned to kind of be grateful for what I have, be grateful that I am at home with my family. My husband doesn't have to leave to go to work, and Nori can stay here with us so we can be together home as a family. And that has been the one part that I have truly enjoyed. You know, with Nori being so young, I have really loved being home with her and getting to spend all this extra time with her. If you guys didn't know, before when I would go to work, I would commute about an hour to an hour and a half depending how bad traffic was. So that is anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours being inside my car. And you know, that is extra time that I get to spend with Nori now. And also obviously not having to go into the office, I am here as well. And as distracting as that can be to get my work done when she is awake, I'm just allowing myself to enjoy it and appreciate it, because I will never get this time back once she's older. Alright, so that is all the questions. I am going to tag 3 girls. I'm going to tag Sienna from Frankly Franks, Jillian Marie, and Ingrid R. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. I will catch you next time. Bye. Just because it is route. So you guys should definitely check. So you guys. My nose got itchy, so now it's probably red.